2. And welcome back to Transitioning Without Lenses. And we're here tonight with a special guest. How about you introduce yourself?
What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Jazzy Delore, also known as Nakia. Um, and I'm very happy to be here joining your podcast.
Heck yeah. You've been on before, actually. We've had you on for execution, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes. So I'm very happy to be here again.
Facts, facts. Lord knows I've known you for a while. And we're actually working on an album together. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is very crazy. Like, whoever thought we'd be working on the album together?
Facts. Since I'm tone deaf, I don't have rhythm, and I'm not musically inclined in any form or fashion. But despite all that, Lord knows I have a vision, and you've got the voice to make it come true, along with a couple other collaboration singers and producers and artists. More information will be produced later on both of our ends, hopefully. But past that, how has your life been influenced by music?
Um, I would think that my life has been influenced by music my whole life. I grew up listening to music. Like, I remember being like a really young girl, just really catching on to like some good music. I used to love TLC. Like I was young listening to like Keith Sweat and like a lot of old school R&B music, and I think that's because I was surrounded by people who knew good music and listened to good music all the time. So it's been a huge part of my
Same.
life.
Heck yeah.
It's been a very huge part of my life. Yeah, and just growing into becoming an artist. My dad sings. Um, so a lot of people in my family actually sing. Like most of my family can sing on both sides. So it's just kind of something that's just in my blood. So it's definitely influenced my whole entire life, I feel.
True, true, true. I'm actually really into gospel still, even though I listened to it a lot when I grew up. My dad's a pastor and all, so I was always into the church and stuff. They'll throw you up on the stage, no matter what your
Yeah,
talent is,
yeah,
and be like, "Hey, go sing My Little Light of Mine," without issue. So Lord knows I know what you mean, and a lot of people actually get their start in the church choir. You know.
yeah. I definitely started in the church choir. Um, so I definitely that's like you just said, they'll definitely throw you on the stage really quick. So I grew up in the church choir. I was pretty much nominated to become the president of our praise dance team church. So I was definitely pretty involved musically in the church. So I still to this day absolutely love gospel music. Like, I still keep up with the gospel community. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to the gospel station and everything. So
You and me too,
I can see
occasionally.
myself doing a gospel album, actually.
A word.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Well, personally, I don't know. It took a turn in a direction I didn't expect, I guess. Back in the day it was all like R&B focused. Personally, my favorite singers from that genre are BB and CC Winans. I love R&B
Yeah.
gospel, but then it kind of took a weird rap phase, which I don't mind it. I mean, it's some good rap and all, but I don't know. There's always that Christian rock too. I don't really know about that
Hmm.
kind of stuff. They take it to the edge, and I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing, to be kind of versatile with their faith, with the faith, and
Well, it'd be
all
good if it was in
genres
all
should.
like one place, but you gotta go to like 50 different radio stations just to find what you're looking for. Then there's like that
Yeah,
death metal
true,
Christian,
true.
which you really have to go on YouTube to find.
Hey, let's work on something.
Facts.
We can play our string, all genres, all styles, all of that. But that's another conversation, anyway.
That is another conversation for sure, for sure. But I do hear You've got a business. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah. I just started a cleaning business called Keys Cleaning Service. It's a commercial cleaning business, so I pretty much, I'll be cleaning. I can clean your house, your business, a building, anything, anything. So yeah, hit me up.
Word. Here's my question: can people book online?
I am actually working on that. Actually, you can book me on Facebook. On my business page, you can.
Really? I'll
Um,
drop a link.
yeah, definitely.
For sure, for
But
sure.
on um,
You be up in
any
there like
other
Jeffrey,
bags.
cleaning, and be like, "Yeah, I
But
gotta cook
yeah,
you a little food, baby. You looking a little thin." But go ahead. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So no, you're fine. I was just saying, like, I don't, you can't book me on any other, website or anything. Not yet.
At the
That's coming
moment,
though. Yeah,
but time with time growth will come.
definitely,
Big
definitely.
facts. Big facts. Lord knows. Fall to summer is
Mhm.
growing like a little tumbleweed. I don't know if that's the right reference, but it's the first thing that came to mind.
Hey,
Tumbling its
it
way
takes
across
time.
the U.S.
Yeah,
Also,
we'll get
since
there.
we both actually have kids, here's the question: how is life being a single parent, an entrepreneur, and a podcaster?
Well, it can be kind of a lot to juggle at one time. And I'm still working on finding my balance and making it work for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, and, just being able to get everything done is still, I mean, I'm not superwoman or anything like that, but I feel like I can get to a place where I can get everything done and still be able to feel, you know,
Facts.
okay, and you know what I'm saying, thirsty and all that good stuff. So I'm just working on my balance. Yeah,
You got
it
to.
can be
Life is
hard,
all
but it's
about balance.
definitely.
And I feel like you don't have to be superwoman, but it does take a lot to do what you have to do out here in the 21st century. With such a fast-paced world, everyone always looking at their devices, and you're constantly having to look at another person grow up, try to make sure they're getting what they need while also trying to make sure you're getting what you need to keep growing. It's hard. It is hard, but it's doable. And that's the best part about things. You just
Yeah,
got to hunker down and like get to it, really like set those affirmations right at the beginning of the day, really put out that positivity energy that you need and manifest what you need to do and what you need to get out here in the world, cuz a lot of it is manifesting, not just doing, but just manifesting what you need, because you say that you want this stuff, but manifest that you've already got it and it will come to you.
that's true. That's facts. Yeah, and it all starts with your attitude and your mindset. So, I'm working on a lot of things right now, and I'm working on trying to manifest a lot of things, and bring a lot of things into fruition. Business wise and individually. You know what I'm saying as well. So, yeah, I definitely feel that. I feel what
I
you're
feel.
saying.
I feel. I feel. The feels are big and real around here.
Hey, facts.
Lord knows. Speaking of life just being fast, how are your thoughts and feelings on love in the 21st century?
Well, honestly, I kind of feel like love is, in a sense, a command. And a lot of people are not going to understand this because a lot of people aren't really, as spiritual as I am. But I just have this feeling that, we are have been commanded and told to love our neighbor like ourselves. And I feel like if you break that down into a literal sense, it's like you literally have to love yourself so much that you love others. And when you love, even if it's a romantic relationship or just a platonic relationship, family, or whatever. I just feel like, that love, that's just, if you don't love yourself, you can't give it to anyone else. So I just feel like it's very important to, know that, and to know that, um, you can love yourself, you really can. I don't know if someone needs to hear that or whatever, but you can truly, truly love
Who
yourself.
doesn't
And,
need to hear that?
Hmm?
Who doesn't need to hear that? You truly do have to love yourself. I feel like that's where love begins.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
so that's, I guess, my view on love in this century. We're just trying to love ourselves so we can truly, love others and reflect that love onto others. So, just shining, and loving and all that good stuff.
I fucks with it. I fucks with it. It's very close to the Elvin concept of love. Free love is a part of the Elvin concept of love. It's like an off branch, but it's not the main branch. But I do major in free love myself, so Lord knows when I say, to me personally, love, if it was like a shape, the way humans, or maybe just Americans, because I am in America, I don't want to generalize a race of people, but humans in America feel like love is almost like a caged bird. Like everyone wants ownership of it, and everyone wants to put all these like weird regulations on it, but you gotta let it run free. You gotta just let it be, almost like a free rabbit, or just like the ocean. You can't cage the ocean. You just gotta let it be free and kind of just ride the waves in it. You can't
Mhm.
you can't keep trying to push people into the small box that you've set in your head of love. You got to be open to the change it brings. You got to be open to the inner look that it's going to make you do on yourself. And if you don't have that self-love that we spoke of earlier, what you're going to actually find in there. And if you're actually ready to accept that love or be around that kind of love, because let's be real, you jump in an ocean and the waves are too freaking hectic, too strong, you're going to sit there and drown. You don't want to drown in someone's
Mhm.
love because they're going to swallow you up. And the separation between souls will be blurred. And then let's say that person does change their feelings. Let's say that person does change as an individual. Then you're sitting there wondering who you were the whole time, who you are now, going on after the situation, after the fact. If you guys do separate as people, then you're like, well, I need to go find
Exactly.
myself. I need to go find what I like to do, who I'm into. It's not just I got to sit down and hear him. It's not just I got to sit down and hear her. It's not I just got to sit down and go eat dinner with them. I got to figure out what I actually got to do with my life. I'm not building towards the same goals of happily ever after with a person that I thought I was going to spend my happily ever after with. It's now I'm building
Mhm.
towards my goals of what I thought a happily ever after. If you go right back into that dating game, that's really actually toxic when you think about it. You need to start figuring out
Mhm.
what your goals were prior to and get back to those. If you wanted to be like a doctor and you got sidetracked by that relationship, you need to hop back on track to be a doctor. Even if you didn't get sidetracked, let's say you're still trying to be a doctor, come
Hello. Exactly. Definitely can't go out here and get lost in something trying to love someone else and not loving yourself. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like you just said, you lose yourself and then you got to go back and try to figure out who you are all over again because you spent your time trying to give all your love to someone else. That's deep and that's very true. No, I'm just kidding. Mm-hmm. True. If you love them, you have to love them and accept it, and then you have to make a decision if you want to, know, be in that particular specific type of relationship with that person. But loving someone unconditionally is so important because a lot of the times we forget that there are no conditions on true love, on really love. When you really love somebody, you're not going to judge them. You're not going to, you know what I'm saying, try to change them or any of that stuff, that toxic stuff that, normally happens in relationships. So I think that's important as well. Very important when it comes down to love. Yeah. Wow. I don't know the song personally, but it sounds dope. Definitely do that. Get out. Definitely. Peace.